Science is a process of discovery, and, it works best when it remains humble and self-critical. Good scientists are trained to question their own findings. They design experiments that could prove their initial ideas wrong. This rigorous approach is how we build a reliable understanding of the world. However, in the heated debate surrounding e-cigarettes, this principle is sometimes lost. Many recent studies have generated alarming headlines about the risks of vaping, particularly concerning cancer. These reports often focus on finding any potentially harmful substance, no matter how small the amount. This creates a narrative of danger that may not reflect the actual evidence. This issue is not merely academic, it has profound consequences for public health. Millions of smokers are looking for safer ways to consume nicotine. They need clear, accurate information to make informed choices. If the risks of vaping are consistently overstated, smokers may be discouraged from switching. They might continue to smoke cigarettes, a product known to be extraordinarily deadly. A core principle in toxicology is that the dose makes the poison. Nearly any substance can be harmful in a large enough quantity and harmless in a small one. Even water, if consumed in extreme amounts, can be fatal. Conversely, many dangerous substances are present at levels far too low to cause harm. Modern instruments are incredibly sensitive. They can detect molecules in parts per billion or even trillion. Finding a trace is one thing, proving real-world health risk is another. This distinction is frequently lost in public discourse about vaping. A study might detect a carcinogen like formaldehyde in e-cigarette vapor. Reported without context, that statement can be deeply misleading. The critical questions are, how much was found? How does it compare to cigarette smoke in everyday environments? Many studies fueling cancer scares are built on flawed methods. Devices are run at power settings far higher than normal users tolerate. Overheating, dry puffs, produce harsh aerosols users avoid. Yes, these conditions can spike aldehydes, but they don't reflect typical human exposure. It's like burning toast and concluding that eating bread is dangerous. The findings are artifacts of the protocol. Another concern is animal testing at extreme exposures. Forced, prolonged inhalation at concentrations far beyond human use. Often orders of magnitude higher than real-world vaping. Diseases in such animals can't be reliably extrapolated to normal vapors. Reviews should specify methods, criteria, and bias assessment. Without pre-registered rules, selection bias creeps in. Case reports are not proof of causation. Cancer arises from genetics, past behaviors, and chance. To understand true risk, context is everything. Evaluating vaping in a vacuum is unsound. The key comparison is smoking tobacco, since most vapers are current or former smokers seeking safer alternatives. The scientific consensus is that vaping is significantly less harmful than smoking, supported by Public Health England and the Royal College of Physicians. Most harm comes from burning tobacco, not nicotine itself. Smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Dozens are carcinogenic at high levels. E-cigarette vapor contains a tiny fraction under normal use at far lower concentrations. Biomarker studies show dramatic exposure drops when smokers switch completely. Levels often approach those of people not using nicotine at all. Many alarmed over chemicals also occur in cooking and urban air. In many cases, vape levels are comparable to or lower than typical indoor urban air. This doesn't mean harmless, just perspective. Amid flaws, a more reliable body of evidence is growing. Strong studies are well designed, transparent, and contextualized. Longitudinal cohorts and randomized trials. Long-term cancer data will take decades, but current high-quality biomarker and clinical evidence aligns. These studies directly measure toxicants in users. The most robust compare exclusive vapors, smokers, and non-users. Switching fully slashes tobacco-specific carcinogen intake. Levels become nearly indistinguishable from non-smokers. Trials show e-cigarettes help quitting and don't raise short-medium-term adverse events versus NRT. We lack 30-year exclusive vaping data. A small lifetime risk can't be ruled out. Current evidence indicates any such risk is much smaller than smoking. Chemistry, toxicology, biomarkers, and trials converge. Not risk-free, but far less harmful than cigarettes. To move past confusion and fear, raise research and communication standards, use realistic device power and puffing patterns, flag dry puffs as non-representative, anchor animal and cell doses to plausible human exposure, pre-register reviews with clear search, criteria, and quality appraisal, communicate limits and context, avoid sensational extrapolation, state what's known, unknown, and how findings compare to smoking. Public health seeks harm reduction, not a risk-free world. For adults unable to quit, switching to a vastly less hazardous product can be life-saving. Focus research on long-term outcomes of smokers who switch. Stop chasing trace detections that alarm without real-world risk meaning. Facts must prevail over fear. Base policies on today's best evidence while continuing rigorous study. Don't let exaggerated alarms about small, uncertain risks blind us to saving millions. Sound science, not sound bites, must guide the way.